I run this entire channel in 5 hours a week. Scripting, voiceover, editing, uploading, descriptions, tags, all of it. 5 hours. And most of that time is spent on the one thing AI cannot replace, deciding what to say and whether it's actually worth saying. Everything else is automated. 3 months ago, I was spending 20 hours a week on content. Not because I had more ideas than because I had no system. Every video started from scratch. Every brief written from memory. Every description typed out by hand. Every task I had done 100 times, I was doing manually again. What changed wasn't discipline. It wasn't working harder or waking up earlier. It was building a workflow where each tool hands off to the next automatically, and I only show up when a genuine human decision is needed. Today, I'm going to show you that entire system, tool by tool, step by step, including the parts that broke and why, because that's where the real lessons are. Before I get into the tools, I want to be transparent about something. This workflow uses 5 tools across 5 stages. 2 of them, Make.com and ElevenLabs, I have affiliate links for in the description. I use both of them every single week. I'm telling you this at the start because I think it matters. A recommendation from someone who earns a commission should be held to a higher standard, not dismissed, but you should know it exists. The 5 stages are research, scripting, voiceover, review, and publishing. Each stage has one primary tool. Make.com is the connective tissue that links them. When I finish one stage, it automatically triggers the next without me touching it. Here's why I'm showing you the manual process first before the automation. If you automate something you don't understand, you speed up your mistakes. I want you to know what good output looks like at every stage before you try to remove yourself from the process. That order matters. Let's go through it. Every video starts with a research brief. Not a vague topic, a brief. A document that tells me what the real audience frustrations are, what's already been covered, and where the gap is that I can fill. I use Perplexity AI for this, not Google and not ChatGPT. The reason comes down to one word: sourcing. Perplexity shows you where the information comes from in real time. When I ask it something like, what are the most common complaints creators have about AI writing tools in 2026? I get a structured summary and lev links back to Reddit threads, product reviews, forum posts, and articles. I can click through and verify every claim before I repeat it. ChatGPT gives me a confident answer with no source trail. That's fine for brainstorming. It's a problem when you're building a video around claims you're presenting as fact. For every video I make, I use the same Perplexity prompt structure. It goes like this. I'm making a YouTube video about this topic for solo creators and freelancers who are not technical. What are the real frustrations they have with this? What questions are people actually asking online? And give me 3 specific angles that are underexplored on YouTube right now. Then I follow up with, give me your sources for the frustrations you listed. That prompt returns more useful material in 2 minutes than 2 hours of manual research used to. The output goes into a Notion doc. 1 doc per video. Title, research notes, source links, and a rough outline. Everything lives there. Honest downside, Perplexity Pro is $20 a month. The free tier works, but rate limits you quickly. If you're producing 2 or 3 videos a week, you'll hit that ceiling fast. Verdict: use Perplexity anytime you need information that needs to be verifiable. Don't use it for creative work. That's not what it's for. The research brief goes to Claude. I paste the full Notion doc, topic, frustrations, angles, source notes, and I add 1 clear instruction at the top. Using this brief, write a 12-minute YouTube voiceover script. Direct tone, no filler phrases, no headers or bullet points, flowing sentences only. Open cold on the strongest hook. Claude is the only tool I've tested that pushes back when the brief is weak. Give it vague research and it flags the problem before writing 1,800 words you can't use. Ask it to write a hook, and it'll sometimes respond with, your brief doesn't give me a strong enough angle yet. Can you clarify what the viewer is supposed to leave knowing? That friction is the feature. It costs you 2 minutes. It saves you 20. I also always include my voice rules in the prompt. Direct, active voice, short sentences that land a point, followed by slightly longer ones that give context. No corporate language, no phrases that sound like a press release or a basic AI prompt. I paste that list every single time, and Claude holds to it consistently. The script comes back in around 30 seconds. I read it once for flow, check the hook, and make sure the affiliate disclosure is in the right place. Naturally woven in, not announced. That editing pass takes 15 minutes. Then the script is ready to record. One more thing I do at the same time. I ask Claude to generate the publish notes. Same conversation, different prompt. Using this script, write a YouTube description with chapter's 15 SEO tags and a pinned comment. The target keyword is this keyword. That doc is done before the video is even recorded. By upload day, I'm not writing anything from scratch. Honest downside, Claude has a context window limit. For very long scripts paired with extensive research notes, you can hit the ceiling. The fix is to run the research summary and the script prompt in 2 separate passes rather than dumping everything in at once. Verdict: Claude for scripting, no close second. The finished script goes to ElevenLabs. I cloned my voice from 20 minutes of natural speech, not scripted reading, actual conversation, and the clone is accurate enough that most of my viewers assume it's a real recording. The time math is not subtle. A 12-minute voiceover takes about 90 seconds to generate. Recording it myself on a good day with no retakes took 45 minutes. That's a 30 times speed improvement on a task I was doing every single week. 2 settings matter more than anything else. Stability, which I keep at 60%, too high makes it robotic, too low adds variation that doesn't match the script's emotional register. And similarity boost, which I keep at 75%. Those are starting points, not rules. You'll tune them for your own voice. One thing most people don't know: the punctuation in your script affects the delivery. A period creates a full stop. An EM dash creates a beat. A comma is a breath. If the voiceover rushes through a line that needs weight, the fix is usually adding punctuation to the script, not adjusting the settings. ElevenLabs affiliate link is in the description. I use the creator plan. Full disclosure, I earn a commission if you subscribe through my link. Honest downside, the clone is good, not perfect. Emotional range is limited. If your script has a moment that needs genuine conviction, real frustration, real enthusiasm, a deliberate pause that means something, the generated version will flatten it. I flag those moments during the review pass and re-record them manually when they matter enough. It's maybe 1 sentence per video. Verdict: use it. The time saving alone justifies the subscription. Before anything goes to editing, it goes through a review step. I open the Notion doc, paste the voiceover transcript next to the original script, and check 4 things. 1. Did the AI change any of my phrasing? ElevenLabs is faithful to the text, but occasionally a word gets clipped or a sentence runs together oddly. I listen to the first 60 seconds and the last 60 seconds at minimum. 2. Are the affiliate disclosures in the right place and worded correctly? This is a legal and ethical requirement, not optional. 3. Does the flow hold when I read the script against the audio? There are lines that work on a page but feel rushed when spoken. Those need a rewrite before editing starts. 4. Does the hook actually hook? I ask myself honestly. If I didn't make this video, would I watch past 30 seconds? If the answer is not clearly yes, I rewrite the opening before anything else happens. This review takes 10 to 15 minutes. It is not a step you can safely skip. AI tools make confident errors. The review step is where you catch them before they reach a viewer who decides in the first 5 seconds whether to trust you. His is where The 5 stages become a system instead of a checklist. Make.com is an automation platform, similar to Zapier but with more control and a lower price point. My affiliate link is in the description. What you're seeing on screen is the visual structure of the scenario. 4 modules connected in a chain. I'm showing you the layout, not a live build. If you want the full setup guide, I'll link it in the description along with a template you can import directly. Here's what it does when fully configured. When I mark a Notion doc as approved, Make.com detects the change and triggers a chain. It pulls the script, sends it to ElevenLabs, waits for the audio to generate, saves the MP3 to Google Drive, and sends me a notification. I don't touch any of that. I toggle one field, and 40 minutes later, the voiceover is waiting for me. Setting it up took 3 hours once. It saves 20 minutes every video. At 2 videos a week, that's over 3 hours a month recovered from a task I was doing manually. Honest downside, Make.com has a learning curve. Error messages are not always helpful when something breaks. Build one scenario, get it stable, then expand. Don't automate everything on day one. Verdict: worth building. The time math works from week 1. Here is what I got wrong when I first built this. I automated too early. I had run each stage manually 3 times and thought I understood it. I didn't. My Perplexity briefs were inconsistent, and Claude's output varied enormously because of it. I was automating mediocrity and not catching it because I had removed myself from the process. The fix was a brief template in Notion. Same structure every time. Once the input was standardized, the output became reliable. The automation didn't create that reliability. The template did. The automation just runs it faster. Second mistake, I treated the workflow as finished. It isn't. I've updated the Make.com scenario 4 times and rewritten my Claude prompt completely. A workflow is something you maintain, not something you build once. Third, I underestimated the review step. 2 videos went out with avoidable errors because I skipped it when I was busy. Build that habit before you build the automation. That's the full system. Perplexity for research. Claude for scripting. ElevenLabs for voiceover. Notion for review. Make.com to connect everything. All links are in the description: tools, affiliates, and the scenario template. Subscribe if this was useful. I cover 1 AI workflow per week. Setup time, real cost, what breaks, and whether it's worth it. One question for the comments: which part of your content process takes the most time right now? I read every reply. Next video: Perplexity AI versus Google. Which one should you actually use for research in 2026? That one surprised me. See you in the next one.